Welcome, Dr. Joel. We're so excited you're here to kick off STEAMfest 2022 with us again this year.
You know, it's one of my most favorite events, and I'm sad that we can't do it live this year, but I know we'll get back to that pretty quickly. But this is just a fun way for me to participate and contribute to the learning that our students experience.
Yeah. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what an indicator is?
You know, I do. We live with indicators in LPS, so we look for indicators of student achievement, student growth. We look at things like, of course, like standardized test scores, attendance, participation. So indicators are just a part of my life.
Yeah. So we're going to work with an indicator today. This indicator, however, is going to tell us about something we call pH. What do you know about pH?
Well, I think pH measures like acid level in elements or in things that we consume. My wife has a pool that she takes care of, and what she has to do is check pH on a very, very regular basis. So I'm very familiar with it.
Gotcha. You are exactly right. pH is a measurement of how much acid or base is in something, and there's a scale for pH. It runs from 1 to 14. 7, right in the middle, is neutral. We go lower, we get more acidic. We go higher, we get more basic. So we are going to test the pH of some different substances today. The first thing we're going to try is regular old tap water. Came right out of the tap. And you're going to use a universal indicator to see if tap water is acidic, neutral, or basic. So this is our universal indicator.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to put a good squirt into our flask of tap water there and see what happens.
So just for students that are following this, we want this to be somewhat neutral, correct?
Tell me why you say that.
Well, because I think it's, we drink a lot of tap water.
Okay, so are you predicting that it's neutral?
Yes, but I certainly stand to be corrected.
Okay.
So how many drops should I put in?
Oh, let's try 5. Let's try 5 more. Good squirt. 5 more.
5 more.
5 more.
Good thing we didn't predict how many drops we put in.
Exactly. Why don't you go ahead and pick it up and give it a swirl? So what color do you see?
It looks a little light greenish to me.
Yeah, and fortunately, that is neutral on the pH scale. So excellent prediction, and your reasoning behind that totally makes sense.
Well, I remembered something from, I used to have tropical fish, and we used to have to measure pH in water too, because if it was too basic or it was too acidic, tropical fish didn't do well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good that it's neutral.
Very good. Okay, so we're going to add a new substance to our tap water and see what happens to the color. So we've got some ammonia here. We use this to clean things at home, and we've poured some into this beaker. So go ahead and add maybe, a third or so of what's in there, and let's watch and see what the color does.
Okay,
what do you notice?
Well, it's getting a little purplish now.
Yeah.
So, I think we're definitely moving toward a base.
Exactly. So we're going to try one more thing with that. We're going to try adding some dry ice. Do you know what dry ice is?
I do, because we use it all the time when we travel, and, we want to keep things cold.
Yeah.
It's a way to store things.
Right. And you're right, it's really, really cold. So we're going to put on some heat-resistant gloves here.
I suppose they should not.
They probably should, that's okay. And I'm going to have you, when you get your gloves on, you're going to grab a piece of dry ice.
All right.
And put it into our flask. Before you do, though, go ahead and predict.
Well, I think the dry ice is going to move us more toward acid.
I see. Okay. Any reason why you're thinking
Because
that?
we've already done neutral and base, and acid's next.
I see. So process of elimination.
That's how I got through high school.
Awesome. Okay, so go ahead.
That's why I guess C on a lot of exam questions.
So go ahead and add one piece, and then you can go ahead and add a few more too.
Not something we want to put in our tap water for sure.
No. All right, let's let that sit
Okay.
for a little bit. You can go ahead and set the tongs down if you want.
I might have been
And
wrong.
You can take your gloves off if you would like, and we're gonna come back to that here in a moment. Now, that universal indicator that you used in that little tube is not the only indicator that's out there. We have what are called pH strips that can help us test the acidity or basicity of different substances. So these are our pH strips, okay? And so, the first thing you dumped in there was ammonia, right? And it turned that really purple color. So we're gonna test the ammonia with the pH strip and see if we get the same results. So there's that ammonia. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Right, all the way down on that basic end.
10.
Very good, very good. Go ahead and grab another strip. We're gonna test another household substance, and that is vinegar. Predictions?
Vinegar. I think vinegar is going to be acid.
Let's give it a try.
Oh, yeah.
All right, where's it at on that scale up there?
Looks like almost a four, between 4 and 5.
Got it. All right, so definitely acidic.
Okay.
All right, so we looked at some.
Oh, look at the dry ice is changing colors.
What do you see?
I see it going more toward the acid side.
Oh, so what is
I
that?
thought I was going to be wrong before.
Okay, what does that tell you about dry ice, the nature of dry ice?
It's acidic.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So, pretty nice. The indicators can help us figure things out about acids and bases, right?
Yep.
Okay, we have one other indicator that you can actually make at home.
Okay.
That we can try here. And this indicator is actually made out of cabbage juice, red cabbage, in fact. All you have to do is put it in a pot, warm it up, and then you're gonna blend it up and extract the cabbage juice from it, okay? So we're gonna now test our household materials with the cabbage juice and see what kind of results they get. Now, the cabbage juice has a little bit different color scale than our universal indicator and our pH strips. So our colors might look a little bit different. We still got red on one end and some more blues on the other end. So you can go ahead and add a squirt of that to the ammonia.
To the ammonia?
Yep, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, what color do you see?
Looks like green.
Yeah, and so if we look at our scale out here, definitely basic.
Yep.
So dang, we've gotten 3 times. Base with the universal indicator, base with the pH strips, base with the cabbage juice, all right? Now, we're gonna add some to our vinegar. So go ahead and add a big squirt into that.
Oh, going the other way now.
Yeah.
More toward acid.
And is that what we got before with the pH strips? All right. Guys, you guys can make this universal indicator from cabbage juice at home, and we would love you to try that. Join STEAMfest 2022. Make sure you get registered so that you can be entered into a drawing for some great prizes and get involved in some STEAM activities. Dr. Joel, any parting comments?
I just want to say thank you to all our staff and to all of our parent volunteers. This is an amazing event, and certainly these are skills, as I've witnessed so many times at the science fair, these are skills that students can take with them for the rest of their lives. So I would double up on that encouragement, get registered, have fun, learn something, collaborate, and who knows, someday some student from Lincoln is going to create something through science that society badly needs. Let it be you.